All right, guys. I got some questions for you. I want to see what your thoughts are about what crossbow I should use this year. I've got three. I've got two of the Centerpoints, and then this is my Bear crossbow. We'll go into a little more detail about this one in just a second. So the first one is a Centerpoint Sniper Elite 370 Whisper. That has been my primary crossbow for last couple of years now. The doe I killed last year killed with this. So something happened to the scope. It just got foggy. I don't know what happened, so we replaced it with a Killer Instinct. Now, it is filthy. I haven't shot it yet this year. That's why I'm getting them out so I can shoot them. It's been hanging up and dust and stuff. But you can see there's the scope. Let me turn this around a little bit. So you can see the it's the Killer Instinct. This shoots 370 foot-pounds or 370 feet per second. So that's where I got it set. You can adjust it. It's the Killer Instinct scope. I don't think you can see. Yeah, you're not gonna be able to see the reticle through it. Let me spin this back around. So that's one. It's not too heavy. So usually whenever I'm going to my stand, I will drive my side-by-side to a certain spot and then park it, and then put this on my back and walk the rest of the way. There is sometimes that I will drive basically almost to my spot. So the weight's not a big deal with that, but it's not too bad to carry if you're walking. So the second one is my Bear. The limbs have kind of got the words wore off of it. The limbs are brand new though. When I got this, I was trying to practice shooting with it the first time, and the strings got, I don't remember exactly what happened, but it accidentally dry fired and it snapped the strings, and the limbs were okay, but we weren't taking a chance, so we replaced the limbs under warranty. And then I had a brand new string put on. Now I'm going to tell you guys, it's got the scope that comes on it. It's illuminated. It says set on 370 feet per second. The scope's okay. The only thing about this one is that is not a bow that you're going to want to carry if you're still hunting. Because man, if you're walking, that thing is heavy, heavy, heavy. I've watched some video. No, let me take that back. I've read some articles online about this bow where people were shooting like 3-inch groups at 100 yards. Now, I am never going to shoot a bow 100 yards. I don't even care if I end up with a Raven crossbow. I'm never shooting one that far. I just don't think it's ethical shooting with a bow. But supposedly, with practice tips, I believe it was, they were hitting 3-inch groups at 100 yards. So 100 yards is probably the actual max on my lease where I would be shooting even with a rifle. Most of the time you're looking at less than 50 yards. So it would work great. As long as I'm driving to my spot or not walking very far, it wouldn't be terrible. But that thing is kind of heavy. So the next thing I want to show you guys is, sorry about the noise. Some people just rode by my house on some electric scooters, it looked like, and a car following them. So the next thing is the bolts that I'm going to use. Now these bolts are not the bolts for this bow. This one takes 22-inch. These will shoot 20 or 22-inch. These that I have right here are just 20-inch. So the first three, 1, 2, 3, these are my primaries. They are all the Bloodsport Witness. They all have the illuminated knock, if that'll focus here. There we go. It's an illuminated knock. Now the illuminated knock is some knockoff from Amazon. Obviously the Bloodsports are true Bloodsport Witness bolts. And then the broadhead is by my buddy Triple Point Outdoors. He makes his own broadheads. We are shooting these exclusively this year, unless I run out or lose them, and then I'll have to switch to my backup, which I'll tell you my backup. So these have an earth magnet in them. See if I can open it without cutting myself. So the magnet holds them in flight or in place during flight until impact, then they open and then they close back up. To shoot them as a practice tip, you just take out one screw here, pop the blades out, and you have your practice tip. So that is what I'm shooting as my primary on number 1, 2, and 3. And then if I lose them or break them, they shouldn't get dull. I should be able to, as long as I find the arrow, based on what he's telling me, I should be able to shoot them repeatedly. But those are my primary. And then my go-to have always been the Muzzy Trocar hybrid. So I've got 2 bolts with them that I'll use as backups. You know, if a deer lets me shoot at it 3 times with the other ones and then lets me shoot at that one, we got something else going on. But that's what'll be in my quiver, is 3 of the Triple Point Outdoors, and then 2 of the Muzzy, 2 of the Muzzies. They are the hybrid Trocar. So that's it. So if you would, tell me what you guys think. Would you use the Centerpoint, which is a little bit lighter? Supposedly they're still good up to 70 yards, but again, like I said earlier in the video, I'm never shooting that far at a deer with a crossbow. But what would you use? Would you use the lighter bow, or would you shoot the heavier bow, but one that probably has a little more punch out to distance? So let me know in the comments what you would do.